All right, guys, today I want to go over the Prodigy 5-inch because I had a lot of people asking me about it. They said do a little review on it. Obviously, I'm not the best at doing reviews, but I'm just going to tell you my God's honest truth on how I feel about it. And I mean, we're out here at the range, so let's go over it. I do love the gun. I'm not going to give you a biased one where I'm like, oh, I love Springfield. I love Springfield. This is the only gun I shoot. I love shooting all different types of guns. So the Prodigy, I do love it. It does got pros and cons. One of the cons for me is you had to get that plate or any of the plates for any of your optics. It's not optics ready. I don't know about the new ones. I'll do my research on that. Truly don't know. But I got this one before they started really focusing on the Prodigy, when they first started having problems. And I didn't have any problems until about 18,000 rounds in. My sear snapped. And then while I was at the gunsmith, I'm not a gunsmith. Don't sit here and be like, oh, why didn't you just do it yourself? I don't know how. So if you do, good on you. Me personally, I took it into the gunsmith and I saw a trigger that was gold, caught my eye, and I said, I want that. How much is it? He said $40. So I put a $40 trigger in there, and then I put the ambi safety on there. You guys can see it's silver. Does nothing but just for looks. Now the 4-inch or the 4.25 and the 5-inch, I personally go with the 5-inch. It's a bull barrel, beautiful double stack. I love this thing a lot. And I told you guys the only cons was shooting that thing started turning into a binary trigger. I started going to the range and I was like, bop, 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 bop. I couldn't do anything about it. So I knew it was time to fix it up. Springfield's been real cool about it. They've been like, hey, we'll send you another one. So I got the new Prodigy coming in. I'm gonna get the compact version and the large version, and we're gonna go in and see kind of which one's better and do some tests on it. Overall, I'll go shoot real quick with it so you guys can see, but this fast trigger is pretty good. Stays steady, it's heavy. Put a light on there, the gun rips. So before we get to shooting, I can't show you guys the stock trigger for those of you looking to buy one of those stock Prodigies, but I will tell you it's a phenomenal trigger. Me personally, I just saw this, like I told you, it was gold, and I was like, ooh, pretty cool, $40. So I put that on there. Anyways, as you guys can see on most of these double stacks right here, you got this safety, the ambi safety up here, and then you got the safety back here. So when that's down, I put about a, I don't know, 2-pound trigger in this thing. Look at this break. It's a little dangerous for me. I wouldn't recommend that. I don't like it. Sometimes if I punch out and I'm on target and I try to let the slack out like I do in other guns to go hot, I just clack one off downrange in a safe manner. But if you're not really experienced with guns, stay away from upgrading these triggers to 2 pounds or whatever. I'm even probably going to change this out back to a normal trigger. But I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to fire off a couple rounds. Definitely don't think that you can pick this gun up and start air racking it like PV does and all that, because I'll show you. I'll try to air rack this thing and I'll put some effort into this. It's not, you ain't air racking that thing. So there you go, little rack. Now, if you put an upgraded guide rod, you know, super light, how those guys do all that kind of business, then you can air rack it. But dude, if you're just out shooting at the range, man, just use a normal gun. Anyways, I'll show you guys a little bit. I'm just gonna squeeze off a couple rounds straight so you guys can see kind of the recoil. I'll manage the recoil a little bit better, but overall the weight actually makes it super nice. So here, I'll do a couple rounds. You can see if you get a good grip on that, a good purchase on here. My thumb's all the way up on the slide. This gun doesn't really move. Now you can, what I do is I add a flashlight onto the bottom of them just because it's extra counterweight. They don't even got a battery in them. Or if the battery's in it, it's backwards, because I don't need to be in the night lighting up and silhouetting myself, letting everybody know where I am. So that's how I stick it. All my mags that I have with this are all the extended mags, the 26 rounders, 20 rounders. Personally love them myself. But overall, like, look, check this out one more time. Squeeze one round off. See how it doesn't, bam, kick me all the way up into the sky? If I give that good grip on there, I haven't had any problems with it. This slide racks beautifully. Don't worry about that round. But look at this. I don't have to put any effort into this. 2 fingers. Very smooth, very smooth. As you can see here, because I cleared and safed it, we got that 5-inch bull barrel. I personally love the bull barrel. Keeps me straighter up, especially when I'm shooting at farther distances. Slinging them. It doesn't matter, 100 yards, 200 yards. Especially being 5 inches, it just keeps it steady. Now, as you guys can see, I've shot this enough that I blew the sights out. And then here, this backslide. Every time I shoot, it just slides. It don't matter where it's going, so the whole co-witnessing thing, that's not a thing. And for me personally, I don't co-witness my dots anyway, because if I co-witness my dot to my irons, why am I even using a dot? I just put the dot in the middle of the window. And then if it fails, point shoot. Not the best advice. I got the Trijicon on here, and I think I've told you guys in many videos before, Trijicon sucks. No offense if you're a Trijicon fanboy. Me personally, I've had nothing but problems with this thing. I've sent it in 2-3 times, and each time I'm like, hey guys, this is what's happening. And they just send it back with a new battery and dial it up a little, and they're like, well, you can buy another one. Can't necessarily afford to buy a bunch of new optics at the moment, so I'm sticking with it. Anyways, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a couple of the hip fires and then show you guys some different aspects that you might like to see on this Prodigy, whether that's far, short, hip firing, you know, so on and so forth. One thing I do like about the double safeties is it trains you. Some people I've seen, they barely hold this gun. See it like this? Barely hold this. And, well, mine's trigger super. But like, look, if you don't press on this, see how that is? And I've worn this gun out so much, you see this gap? Obviously, I'm gonna send that in to get fixed because I've shot it an ungodly amount. But a lot of people with this ambi safety here, they'll get into it, they'll pull their gun. Oh, why is it not going off? Because they forget to flick that down. And then also squeeze inside here, which I think is a good training habit. Get your hand all the way up in that jaunt, in here, and then I pull that trigger, rack it. Anyways, a lot of people think, oh, you know, this is my poor version of a staccato, and you're correct. This is a poor man's staccato, but it shoots the same as the staccato, and if not, I can make it run the exact same. It's not about the gun, it's about the shooter. So I'd rather you spend $1,000 if you're gonna go high class on one like this than $4,000 and then not have any ammo. So buy you something like a Prodigy or a, you know, one of the SIGs or even a Kimber, and then buy the ammo and get out there and train with it. I'm not dogging staccato, but none of us can afford one. I can't afford a staccato. If you can, good on you. But spend your money on your ammo so that you train it. Anyways, super smooth on the magwell. It comes stock like this. It's not flared, but it kind of reminds you of a flared magwell, the way that pinky sits out. And you can just guide that ammo in there, seat it home, make sure nothing's here, get that rack in there. I rack it from here. A lot of people don't. I don't care. A lot of people tell me, oh, you're gonna miss, you're gonna throw your zero off. You know what I tell them? It's a Trijicon, the zero's off after 5 shots anyway, so it'll be better. When I come up here, especially in a holster, I got that safety down, I gotta get that good grip. I come up, pop that safety down, shoot, miss, pop up. You can see it cycles. What I'm gonna do here is, this next video, I'm gonna put a fresh mag in and I'm just gonna let it fly and you guys can see how it looks. All right, my camerawoman brought up a great point. It's not a 2-pound trigger, so scratch what I just said. Like I said, I'm not a gunsmith. Sue me. It's probably in the ounces. This thing is ounces. Look at that. Dangerous. I could blow on that son of a gun and it'd go off. Make you want to bring back shit you ain't never stole. Anyways, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it in, I'm gonna show you guys double tapping. And that's a good drill I like to do because it shows the dot bounce, shows you recoil management. You hit, bounces up, right back on. And this gun with the 5-inch bull barrel eliminates a lot of that. And actually, after I do that, no, you know what, I'll take a break right after I tell you this, and I'll put a flashlight on the bottom of this, just because I know a lot of you guys run flashlights, and you guys can see how much it does not move with a flashlight. All right, slap the old light on there. Mine's an M3X tactical illuminator. They don't even make them anymore. I got this way back in the day. Batteries don't even work on it. Batteries backwards. That way it's just for counterweight. Now, I'm not gonna go out to 100 yards because you guys have seen me do that countless of times on shorts, but I'm just gonna show you up close. I think we're maybe 15 yards away. Just that recoil management with this light on here and then this 5-inch bull barrel and this big old grip on here. I know for all the people that like to be fancy and put like stars or whatever on your grips, you can take these off and put new grips on there and fat grips or whatever you want to do. Anyways, I'm gonna load one up, do a little press check. Those are free. Safety's on. Now I'm gonna fire one shot. You'll see the recoil management with this light on here, with the Prodigy 5-inch. Didn't move. Okay, now I'm gonna do a follow-up shot, so bop bop, just so you guys can see how much it doesn't move. I stayed pretty in that little circle that I was shooting. It literally, and I mean, I don't have a super fancy camera because we got an iPhone, but it literally just does this. And I think a lot of it is because of that bull barrel. I truly, truly do. Overall, I mean, I'll show you the non-painted side right here that I did with paint cans. I know you guys like that one. But the non-painted side, it is a beautiful gun. You can get it in tan, you can get it in black. And I don't know if you can get an OD green. You have to check that out yourself. I truly don't know. Specs on it, it's a double stack. And it's a 9mm, 5-inch bull barrel. You're welcome. Just remember, you got to buy a little plate for that. Anyways, do a couple of little double taps. It just does not move. So I see a lot of people, you want to spend $4,000 on a Prodigy, that's all good, but a lot of people are doing it for the name. I mean the staccato. A lot of people want to pay money for a staccato, $4 grand, but they do it for the name. Prodigy is $1,200 right now, I think. Don't quote me on that, but double tap, triple tap. This gun does not move. There you go, a little empty right here. Same for that reload. It's very nice on the reload. This is a little bit bigger, so people with smaller hands, even myself, my thumb can't reach that. So when I twist it into my workspace, then I can slide it down and then shift it back in, push up, and I'm back into the fight. So overall, even with the flashlight, this gun is just a beast. I truly do think it's a beast. I'll rate it about an 8 out of 10. All right, reloads with this gun I think are very smooth. I'll do it super slow. You guys have seen me do it fast, so there's no point in trying to show off, so I'm just gonna show you guys. So I'm here, locks back to the rear. That button, that's a fat button right here. It's not ambi, it doesn't do it on the right side, but on the left side, it's protruded quite a bit. So you press that, keep that in my workspace, and it just guides in so smooth. Here, and then you can just roll your left hand, lock it in, punch, shoot. So, overall, the reloading, the fast shooting, the follow-on shots, I don't have any complaints with this gun other than the fact I told you the sear failed at about 18,000 rounds. But I mean, you take any gun and shoot 18,000 rounds at it at the speed I do, you're gonna have a little bit of issues. And I don't mean that as I do, I meant like within a month or two, people are gonna have some problems. So once again, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna punch out, I'm gonna fire off a bunch of rounds, and you're just gonna see that recoil management with this gun just because it's so heavy in the front on that 5-inch bull barrel. So here we go. I'll squeeze a couple off quick. Another one. Boom. Okay, look, I'm glad we had this on video. Jam. I've been having these problems when you go fast. Had to rack a round out, re-index ammo, get back into the fight, see if we can re-induce that ammo. So here's why it's doing that, and this is a good point for you guys. A lot of people will say that's the gun causing the malfunction. Well, it is the gun, but the reason why I've had these malfunctions on this gun is because I put this ounce trigger. I'm shooting it so fast that it's not allowing it to bounce back and forward enough, so it's causing it to not eject around properly as fast because this is going so fast, and it'll catch the round in there, and that's why we have a malfunction. So right there, that's the trigger. I told you guys it's not as safe as you want it, but we'll go over some more stuff. Appreciate you watching. All right, also real quick before I do this drill, a lot of people keep asking me about double glasses. They're gators. You guys have seen the videos. If you want them, go on there, Linktree, 15% off, make you shoot better. Personally, I've been using the pink lenses a lot more because my dot shows up better. But what I'm gonna do here is, I'm gonna start slinging rounds. Just get in there and just that short break, let it hit, and you guys can see this gun cycle. See if we have any problems, any malfunctions, misfires, whatever that may be. So here. As you guys can see, that trigger is insane. It has nothing to do with the stock trigger, it's just the poundage of the trigger I have on it. But you can see that recoil is easy to manage. When you're holding, you got that good grip on here, and you just let it fly, that gun stays pretty straight. And I think that's truly because of the bull barrel. A lot of people don't necessarily know about the bull barrel or have knowledge on how nice that freaking barrel is. Well, let me tell you something, it's pretty nice. So if you're thinking about going and get you a Prodigy, I say do it, especially because they got the new ones out, which they've focused more and dedicated more time to perfecting them. I'm gonna get some new ones here soon, some more videos I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be having the concealed carry Prodigy and the other 5-inch one, except for I'm gonna get it in tan. And if you have any more questions, drop any questions you have in the comments. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. I'm not a professional gun reviewer. I've just been asked a lot to do this, so This is what I got for you. That ain't bad.